I'm gonna talk about upcoming pattern. Let's look at weather warning. There is no weather warnings. So let's look at pressure pattern. So 1008, 1004 millibars of pressure. This is for June 10th. So let's look at June 11, 2026. So 1004, 1008 millibars of pressure. Let's go to the next tower, which is June the 12th, day something. 1008, 1004 millibars of pressure. Let's go to 8 p.m. June 13th, day something. 1008, 1012 millibars of pressure. Let's go to 8 p.m., which is June 14th, day something. 1004, 1008 millibars of pressure. Let's go to the next tower, which is precipitation patterns starting from June 10th. So white time periods in Hanover, Palm Beach, Sunny Beach, South Beach, Mainland, Betty, Adelaide, Georgia, Beverly Hills, Sissaga, Brampton, Downtown, Richmond, Newmarket, Scarborough, Stoufford, Niagara City, Peterborough, Dawson, gonna get some 0.95 millimeters of rainfall. Let's look at Belvoir, which is gonna get some 12.5 millimeters of rainfall, including Uxbridge. So let's go to Hamilton. Doesn't count. So let's look at only two, three cities. So 5 p.m. there is something. So Sissaga, Brampton, Downtown, Richmond, Newmarket, Scarborough, Stoufford, Oshawa, parts of it. Paradise, Betty, Georgia, the Sotheby, Maryland, Peterborough, Dorset, gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall, so Uxas 2.5 millimeters, Nightfall City 0.25 millimeters, Nightfall on the lake is gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall, including most of vocal, except a little bit of it says gets nothing. So Balboa's gonna get some. So Balboa's gonna get some 12.5 millimeters of rainfall. Let's go to the next tower, which is 8 p.m. There is something. Sissaga, downtown Toronto, Scarborough, Stoufford, Oshawa, Uxbridge, Peterborough, Balboa. Fabulous is ready. Those is gonna get some mood. Eastern Oakland's gonna get some Niagara on the lake parts of Niagara City. Those is gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. Let's go to the 11 p.m. There is something. Peterborough, Belleville's gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall, including parts of Niagara Falls City, parts of Niagara on the lake. So let's go to the Ian. There is something. So Hope Street, Line said Collingwood, Betty, Beverly Hills, at the beach, Salaby, Niagara, Niagara Falls City, Hamilton, Oako, Sissaga, Brampton, Toronto, Richmond, Newmarket. Scarborough, Stoufford, Oshawa, Uxbridge, those is gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. Port Hudson, Hanover's gonna get some. Whitehead's gonna get some 2.5 millimeters of rainfall. Let's go to 11 a.m. 11 a.m. is something. Whitehead, Collingwood, Bombay, Stanley, Salaby, Milan, Betty, Beverly, Georgia, Scarborough, Stoufford, Richmond, Hill, Newmarket, Oshawa, Uxbridge, Oako, Hamilton, Mississauga, Niagara, Falls City. Those is gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. Port Hudson, Honolulu is gonna get some 2.5 millimeters of rainfall. Let's go to 2 p.m. There is something. Line said it will be white some Port Hudson, Honolulu, Collingwood, Bobby, Stanley, Salaby, Milan, and the Labby, Georgia, Baptist, Hamilton, Oako, Sissaga, Brampton, Oito, Toronto, Richmond, Newmarket, Scarborough, Stoufford, Oshawa, Uxbridge, Cobra, Peterborough, Niagara Falls City, those is going to get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. So let's go to 5 p.m. There is something. So Line said OB, Whiteham, Midland, Collingwood, Betty, Georgia, Baptist, Zalala, Niagara, Lake, Arkansas City, Hamilton, Oako, Sissaga, Brampton, Orange, Darlington, Richmond, Newmarket, Scarborough, Stoufford, Oshawa, Uxbridge, Cobra, Peterborough. Those is going to get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall, about super 5 millimeters of rainfall. Let's go to 8 p.m. There is something. So Niagara, Lake, parts of Niagara, City, Hamilton, Oako, Scarborough, Snowford, Oshawa, Uxbridge, Colbert, Peterborough, Beverly Isles. Those it's going to get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall, including west local. Sabel's 2.5 millimeters of rainfall. Let's go to the next suburb, which is 11 p.m. 0.25 millimeters of rainfall in Agawam City. So let's go to 8 a.m. There is something. So line said OB White Those it's gonna get some 0.15 millimeters of rainfall, whereas the Hanwha is gonna get some 2.5 millimeters of rainfall. Let's go to 11 a.m. There is something. Line said OB White Collingwood, Bobby, Sandy, Salaby, Milan, Alabama, Bablas, Georgia. Uku, Hampton, Sissaga, Brampton, Ointor, Toronto, Scarborough. Those is going to get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. Port Elgin Harbor is going to get some 2.5 millimeters of rainfall. Sony Market Stover is going to get some 2.5 millimeters of rainfall. Let's go to the next suburb, which is 2 p.m. There is something. So Linwood, Bombay, Sunderby, Sotheby, Milan, Adelaide, Babras, Sissaga, Brampton, Oku, Hamilton, Spilliby, Scarborough, Oshawa, gonna skip Scarborough, Melbourne, Nag, Fall City, Dawson, so gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. Scarborough, the heaviest 2.5 like 0.25. Virginia, 0.25 millimeters, actually 2.5 millimeters, including the market stone for Scarborough, or it's parts of Scarborough. So Scarborough area is gonna be 2.5 light, it's gonna be 0.25 millimeters. Uxbridge, Peterborough is gonna get some 2.5 millimeters of rainfall. Peterborough is gonna be 6.25. Georgia is 2.5 millimeters, super far. It's passing through, so it's gonna be 0.25 millimeters. So the arc on the lake heavy 2.5 light is 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. Coburg is gonna get some 2.5 millimeters of rainfall. Let's go to the next suburb, which is 5 p.m. There is something. So, Uku, Hamilton, Mississauga, Brampton, Darlington, Winter Hill, Newmarket, Scarborough, Snowford, Oshawa, Uxbridge, Beverly, Georgia, Dora, Grappa City, Babel. Those cities, those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. Niagara on a lake is heavier superfine light is 0.25. Coburg 2.5 millimeters. Peterborough is going to get some 6.25 millimeters of rainfall. Let's go to the next suburb, which is 8 p.m. Niagara Falls City, Balboa is going to get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall, including parts of Niagara Falls City. So let's go to 11 p.m. There is something 8 a.m. There's something else. 11 a.m. There's something else. 2 p.m. There is something. Coburg, Belleville, Line said those is gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall, including Hanover, so let's including parts of Niagara Falls City. So let's go to 5 p.m. There is something. So Line said OB wire temperatures in Hanover, Scarborough, Oshawa, Coburg, Peterborough, Belleville, those. Niagara Falls City, those it's gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. Let's go to 8 p.m. There is something. So Whiteton, Boylton, Hanover, Collingwood, versus Scarborough, Coburg, Oshawa, those it's gonna get Barry, those Niagara Falls City, those it's gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. Let's go to 9 p.m. There is something. 8 a.m. There is something. Line said OB Whiteton, Tony Beach, Sotheby is gonna get some 6.25 millimeters of rainfall. Collingwood on the last 2.5 millimeters. Whiteton's gonna get some 12.5 millimeters, including Boyers, and Hanover is going to get some 6.25 millimeters of rainfall. Midland's going to be 2.5 millimeters of rainfall. Bombay's 2.5 millimeters. Let's go to the next suburb, which is 11 a.m. There is something. Line said will be war temperatures and those it's going to get some 12.5 millimeters of rainfall, so including Hanover. Lingwood, Betty, Alala is going to get some 2.5 millimeters. So Bombay, Sunny Salaby, Milan's gonna get some 6.25 millimeters of rainfall. Let's go to the next stop. Hamilton or goes to 0.25 Niagara City, Babylon, Georgia is gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. Let's go to the next stop, which is Hope is gonna get some 6. No, let's do lines that obey wire temporally, which is going to get some 18.75 millimeters of rainfall. So lines that obey wire temporally, Hanover, so parts of Hanover, not parts of it. So Hanover is going to get some 18.75 millimeters of rainfall. Let's go to 2 p.m. There is something. So line said obey to Palm Beach, Thunder Beach, Midland's going to get some fifth layer, which is 18.75 millimeters of rainfall. Southern Beach, 5 millimeters of rainfall, including wide temperatures in Hanover, Collingwood, Perry, Georgia, Beverly, those is going to get some, including Southern It's going to get some 12.5 millimeters of rainfall. Mississauga, Brampton, down to Richmond Hill, Scar, no, gonna do down to Toronto later. So those states are gonna get some 0.25, 2.5 millimeters of rainfalls, including snowfall. Parts of Scarborough, parts of downtown, no, Scarborough, areas to be 5 is 0.25. Same thing in downtown Toronto, Old Coast, gonna get some 0.25, including Hamilton, Niagara Falls, City, Niagara Falls, City, Oshawa, Uxbridge. So Coburg, Peterborough, Belleville, those are gonna get some 2.5 millimeters of rainfall. Let's go to the next tower, which is since August got already done. So let's go to 5 p.m. There is something. Line said obey wide temperature on our those are gonna get some 2.5 millimeters of rainfall. So Linwood, Bombay, Stanby, Salaby, Milan, Alala, Berry, Beblas, Jodinia, those is going to get some 2.5 millimeters of rainfall. Let's go to Brampton, Orangewood, Richmond Hill, Newmarket. Those is Beblas, Jodinia, Berry, Alala, those is going to get some 12.5 millimeters of rainfall. Scarborough heavy is going to be 6.25. Heavy is going to be 12.5. That light is 6.25 Scarborough, and heavy is going to be 12.5 millimeters. Oshawa is going to get some 6.25. Coburg is going to get some 12.5 millimeters, including Peterborough. Belleville is going to get some 12.5 millimeters of rainfall. Oakville, Edmonton, Mississauga, downtown Toronto, Scarborough. Not Scarborough. It's gonna get some 6.25 millimeters of rain. For Niagara Falls, it is gonna be 12.5 millimeters. Niagara Lake Heavy is gonna be 18.75. Light is gonna be no, that's actually 12.5 heavy is in Niagara Lake. Light is 6.25 millimeters. Let's go to the next tower, which is let's go to 8:11 p.m. 8 p.m. actually. So Oku, Hamilton, Sissaga, Brampton, Toronto, Richmond, Newmarket, Scarborough, Suffolk, Oshawa, Uxbridge. Those states are gonna get some 6.15 millimeters of rainfall. So Burke is gonna get some 6.25. Peterborough is gonna get some 6.25 millimeters of rainfall. Uxbridge is gonna get some 12.5 millimeters. Niagara on the Lake, the heaviest gonna get some 18.75. Light is 12.5. Niagara Falls City is gonna get some 20 something, 25.5 millimeters of rainfall. And that's the heaviest. Light is gonna be 18.75 millimeters of rainfall. So not whatever. So Georgia, Babylon is Betty, Alala is gonna get some 0.24 millimeters of rainfall. Linwood, Barmy, Sunapee, Salaby. Those is not gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. Milan is gonna get some 2.5 millimeters of rainfall. Let's go to the next tower, which is 1:11 p.m. So Coburg 2.5, Belfast, Peterborough is gonna be 0.25. Oshawa, Uxbridge, gonna get some 0.25. Niagara Lake, the heaviest is gonna be 6.25. Light is 2.5 millimeters. Niagara Falls, it is 6.25 millimeters, including East Oakland, Western Mississauga. So let's go to total precipitation. So let's look at total precipitation starting from 8 p.m. June 11th is Sunday. Higher than 6 millimeters. Boyol's is gonna be 18 millimeters. Hanover is gonna get some 18 millimeters. Wharton 16 millimeters. 6 millimeters. Lingwood 2 millimeters. Hope is gonna get some 4 millimeters. Line said 1 millimeters. Collingwood is going to get some 0.5 millimeters. Standard B 0.5 millimeters. Southern Bay Mainland 1 millimeter. Southern Loss is 0.7 millimeters. Georgia 1 millimeters. Bad is 2 millimeters. Babylon 2 millimeters. Everywhere in Ark was 3 millimeters. Hamilton, Oka 2 millimeters. Oka is going to be 2 millimeters everywhere. Sasaka 3 millimeters, Raptor 3 millimeters, Tofu 3 millimeters, Cabro 3.5 millimeters, Outer 4 millimeters, Debarker 4 millimeters, Outer Tools 3 millimeters, Uxpress 2 millimeters, Ashwa 3 millimeters, Meanwhile 1 millimeters, Colberg 1 millimeters, Baba 3 millimeters. So let's go to the next tabber, which is ABM. It's June 12th, so Wharton 2 millimeters, Boylston 3 millimeters, Hanmer's 4 millimeters, Holmes is gonna get some 1 millimeters. Larry says it's gonna be 2 millimeters. Everywhere now was 2.5 millimeters. Hamilton Ogles is gonna be 1 millimeters. So Sasaka 2 millimeters, Brampton 2 millimeters, over 5 millimeters, Cabra 4 millimeters, Newmarket Orange was 2 millimeters, Express 2.5 millimeters, Oshawa 2 millimeters, Feedwell 7 millimeters, Colbert 3 millimeters, Babel 2 millimeters. Georgia 2 millimeters, Babylon 2 millimeters, Very 0.7 millimeters, 0.9. All 2 millimeters, Sotheby's 1 millimeters, Bomb Beach, gonna get some 0.5 millimeters, that means 0.6 millimeters, that's gonna be 0.7 millimeters. So let's go to the next number, which is London. So let's go to the next number, which is 8 p.m. There is something. Wyanton, 1 millimeters, Boylston, Arnhem, 1 millimeters, Collingwood, 0.6 millimeters, Verdi, 0.3 millimeters, Scarborough's gonna be 0.5 millimeters, Oshawa's gonna go 0.6 millimeters, so Express gonna get some 0.6 millimeters, 0. Nothing millimeters, so Peterborough's gonna get some 0. Balboa's gonna get some 0.8 millimeters, Lingwood 0.6 millimeters, Hope 0.6 millimeters, line size is gonna be 0.3 millimeters. The velocity is 2 millimeters of rainfall. Let's go to the next tabber, which is 8 p.m. This Sunday. So, White at 28 millimeters. Hope is going to get some 26 millimeters. 26 millimeters. So, line size is going to get some 26 millimeters. Palm Beach gonna get some 26 millimeters. Sunny Beach gonna be 27 millimeters. Solid Beach 28 millimeters. Gonna be 27. Olala's gonna get some 18 millimeters of rainfall. Actually 20 millimeters. Eddie's gonna get some 17 millimeters of rainfall. 80.5. It's not 80.5. It's gonna be 17 millimeters of rainfall. That's in Betty's. Actually 18. Georgia 18 millimeters. Beverly so 17 millimeters. So everywhere in Iraq was 22 millimeters. Hamilton Oakles 20 millimeters. So start again for Oakles. So Hamilton Oakles 10 millimeters. That's the heaviest local line. It's gonna be 13 millimeters. Like 14. Down to 13 millimeters, Branton, 40 millimeters, so forth, 15 millimeters, Scarborough, 40 millimeters, Newmarket, Owens over 60 millimeters, where's 80 millimeters, Hashra, 11 millimeters, Peterborough, 50 millimeters, 21 millimeters in Colberg, Belleville, 26 millimeters, so Wyatt's at 28 millimeters, for Elgin, it's gonna be 31 millimeters, so Hanover is gonna get some 31 millimeters of rainfall. Let's Collingwood 20 millimeters. So let's look at air temperature pattern. London. Let's look at air temperature pattern after correct Quebec. So we don't need slow fast sleet or freezing sleet. So let's look at air temperature pattern starting from 3 p.m. There is something. So everywhere in Niagara 77 degrees, 76 degrees, Hamilton. Everywhere in Niagara was 26 degrees. Hamilton, Oakland, 26 degrees. That's the cold, warmest, coldest, 24 degrees. Sissaga, 24 degrees. Down to 24 degrees. Branson, 31 degrees. Dover, 31 degrees. Bro, it's going to get some 27.5 degrees. The market only to 29 degrees. Express 28 degrees. Ashland, 23 degrees. Peterborough, 27 degrees. Goldberg, 19 degrees. Balbo, 23 degrees. Georginia's gonna get some 26 degrees. Babylon's 27 degrees. Mary's 26 degrees. Adela's 25 degrees. So Washington 70 degrees. Boston 5 degrees. 50 degrees. Hanover's gonna be 60 degrees. Hope is 50 degrees. Line says 50 degrees. Hope is gonna be 40 degrees. Salamis 90 degrees. Palm Beach gonna get some 19 degrees. Last gonna get some 23 degrees. Thunder Beach gonna get some 18 degrees. So let's go to the next tower, which is 7 a.m. For else it's gonna be 60 degrees. Hannover's gonna get some 80 degrees. Warten 90 degrees. Hopefully 60 degrees. 90 degrees. Everywhere there. Falls 32 degrees. Hamilton Oco 30 degrees. Sasaki 31 degrees, Toronto 21 degrees, Brampton 22 degrees, Dover 21 degrees, Scarborough Connecticut 21 degrees, Newark Oriensville 21 degrees, Hooksville 21 degrees, Ashford 80 degrees, Beaver 38 degrees, Coburg 60 degrees, Bravo 90 degrees, Georgia 22 degrees, Memphis 21 degrees, Verdi 21 degrees, Alala 21 degrees, so Villa 20 degrees, so 21 degrees. Solid Beach 20 degrees, Bar Beach 20 degrees, Southern Beach 60 degrees, 70 degrees, Finland's gonna get 21 degrees. So London. Let's go to the next tower, which is 3 p.m. This Sunday. Aryaton 23 degrees, Royalton 80 degrees, Hanover 21 degrees, Linkmore 23 degrees, Palm Beach 90 degrees, Solid Beach 90 degrees, Thunder Beach gonna get 80 degrees. Hope's Way is gonna be 20 degrees, Line Size is gonna be 28 degrees. Everywhere dark was 36.5 degrees. Hamilton Oakland 36 degrees. Oakland's gonna be 25 degrees. Mississauga 35 degrees. Brampton 30 degrees. Dover 29 degrees. Scarborough 27 degrees. Dartmouth 25 degrees. Newmarket Owensville 27 degrees. Hooksville 26 degrees. Oshawa 25 degrees. Peterborough 26 degrees. Coburg is gonna get some 21 degrees. So Belleville's gonna be 26 degrees. Georgia 25 degrees. Eddie's gonna get some 25 degrees. Pueblo's 26 degrees. Honolulu's gonna get some 22 degrees. Let's look at our number. Let's go to 7 a.m. It is Sunday. So let's look at 7 p.m. So Washington 21 degrees. World's 70 degrees. Honolulu 19 degrees. Hope's gonna get some 70 degrees. 80 degrees. Line set 16 degrees. Palm Beach 22 degrees. Solid Beach gonna be 21 degrees. And the beach gonna get some 20 degrees, so it last gonna be 22 degrees, 30, 22 degrees, Babylon is 22 degrees, on the last 22 degrees, Georgia 22 degrees, everywhere now was 22.5 degrees. Hamilton, Oakland, 23 degrees, Oakland, 21 degrees, Mississauga, 20 degrees, Atlanta, 21 degrees, Brampton, 24 degrees, over 33 degrees, Scarborough, 21.5 degrees, Newmarket 23 degrees, Arkansas 23 degrees, Oxford 21 degrees, Ashford 19 degrees, Peterborough 21 degrees, Coburg 17 degrees, Balboa 20 degrees, Collingwood 23 degrees. So let's go to the next tower, which is 3 p.m. There is something. So Warta 90 degrees, Boyolton 16 degrees, Hanover 70.5 degrees, Hope is gonna get some 70 degrees, Hope line says 18 degrees, everywhere in was 25.5 degrees, Hamilton, Oakland 26 degrees, Oakland's gonna be 25 degrees, this is like 27 degrees, 27 degrees, Brampton 29 degrees, over 27 degrees, Scarborough 29 degrees, Newmarket also 26 degrees, Hooksville 23 degrees, Oshawa. Oshawa is gonna be 25 degrees, Peterborough 21 degrees, Coburg 20 degrees, Bravo 24 degrees, Georgia 21 degrees, Ready 21 degrees, Babylon 23 to 22 degrees, Honolulu's gonna get some 20 degrees, Collingwood 20 degrees, Palm Beach going to get some 60 degrees, Solomon Beach gonna get 80 degrees, Sunny Beach gonna get some 40 degrees. So let's go to the next tower, which is 7 a.m. There is something. So what? 50 degrees, Boylston, 40 degrees, Hanover, 50 degrees, Hope says 14, 30 degrees, Line says gonna get some 13 degrees, 40 degrees. Everywhere and angle, so 90.5 degrees, Hamilton, Ocos 90 degrees, this is 90 degrees, Brampton 90 degrees, Toronto 90 degrees, so Scarborough is gonna be 80.5 degrees, Stowe 80 degrees, Newmarket 70 degrees, Orange 80 degrees, Oxford 70 degrees, Asher 70 degrees, Peterborough 70 degrees, Goldberg 60 degrees, Bravo for 80 degrees. Judging 80 degrees, Beverly Hills is going to be 17 degrees, 80 degrees. Paris, 70 degrees, Honolulu, 70 degrees. Solomon is going to be 60 degrees. Inland's going to get some 10 degrees, 17. Palm Beach, 16 degrees. Sunny Beach, 50 degrees. So let's go to 50 degrees, 40 degrees. So let's go to next tower, which is 3 p.m. This Sunday, white 90 degrees. Boylston 70 degrees. Hanover is going to get some 70.5 degrees. Lingwood 24 degrees. Balmy 22 degrees. Salisbury 21 degrees. Inland 24 degrees. Sunny Beach is going to get some 17 degrees. Everywhere now was 26.5 degrees. Hamilton, Ogo 26 degrees. Ogo 25 degrees. Sissaga 25 degrees. Darata 25 degrees. Saga 36 degrees, Ranton 30 degrees, Tofu 38 degrees, Scarborough 29 degrees, the market, Oasis 27 degrees, Uxbridge 26 degrees, Sasha 24 degrees, Meadwood 26 degrees, Kobe 20 degrees, Baba 25 degrees, Chorchinia's gonna get some. Chorchinia's 26 degrees, Bablas is 27 degrees, Aries 36 degrees, Salalat's gonna get some 25 degrees, so Hopes is gonna get some 60 degrees, line says 70 degrees, so let's go to the next tower, which is 60 degrees and line said 70 degrees actually. So let's go to London. Let's go to the next tower, which is 70 a.m. Day Sunday. Wireton's gonna get some 18 degrees, Royalton 80 degrees, Hanover is gonna be 18 degrees, Lingwood 90 degrees, Salome 80 degrees, Bombay 70 degrees, down, 30 degrees gonna get some 70 degrees, inland 80 degrees, 90 degrees. So everywhere there, Grafal 32.5 degrees, Hamilton, Ogo 22 degrees, Ogo 20 degrees, Saga 20 degrees, Sarata 20 degrees, Manhattan 20 degrees, Stoffel 22 degrees, Scarborough 21 degrees, Newmarket also 22 degrees, Uxbridge 21 degrees, Sasha 20 degrees, Peterborough 20 degrees, Coburg 20 degrees, Barber 90 degrees, Georgina 22 degrees, Beverly Hills 22 degrees, Betty 22 degrees, Alala's gonna get some 22, 1 degrees. Hopes is 70 degrees, Line says gonna get some 13 degrees, so let's go to 2 p.m. London. So let's go to next hour, which is 2 p.m. this Sunday. Wartown is 14 degrees, Warelton 30 degrees, Hanover is gonna be 30.5 degrees, Lakewood 50 degrees, Palm Beach 30 degrees, Salome is gonna get some 80 degrees, Thunder Beach is gonna get some Thunder Beach is gonna be 12 degrees, Hope Day is gonna get some 14 degrees, 30 degrees, 50 degrees, 40 degrees, 50 degrees. No, 40 degrees on Hope's Way, so Line is gonna get some 14 degrees everywhere in Agavas is 35.5 degrees. Hamilton local 21 degrees. Mississauga 22 degrees. 21 degrees in Mississauga. Bradford 22 degrees. Topher 22 degrees. Scarborough 21 degrees. Toronto 20 degrees. Newmarket 20 degrees. Orange Grove's gonna get 19 degrees. Uxbridge 20 degrees. Asha 20 degrees. Sweetwater 90 degrees. Coburg 70 degrees. Bravo 20 degrees. Georgina is 20 degrees, Bablas is 30, 19 degrees, 80, 90 degrees, Alala is going to be 80 degrees. So this is the, wait, we close it then. So 80 degrees in Alala, so this is the end of the video. So Finland's gonna be 80 degrees, so this is the end of the video. So